What's up guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm Jasmine and today we are going to be going over my August wrap-up and my September hopefuls. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, but I mostly read the Throne of Glass series through the month of August, so it's going to be really difficult, but I'm going to do my best. Okay, so the first book that I finished in August was Queen of Shadows. I felt like this one had so much happen. I don't know, they all were like this, but this one had a lot happen. I could sit here and talk about it forever. However, I'm not going to, but I am going to quote one thing from this book that really resonated with me. And that is, the wicked will tell us anything to haunt our thoughts long after. Okay, you guys, I've been really going through it lately and I have some wicked people in my life right now and I could not understand and relate to that more, and it is just such a reminder that only certain people deserve our energy. But yeah, so this book I did rate it 5 stars. It was super heartfelt. I had a ton of emotions about Aelin and Rowan through this book, and Arabin and what happened with him. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free, but he did get what he deserved. So this book was 5 stars. It just had a lot of action-packed stuff happening. There was lots of character development and probably one of the better books of the series, but I love them all. So 5 stars for this one. Good job, Sarah J. Maas. Then I did the tandem read. Listen, okay, the tandem read was a lot, but I don't think I would recommend it any other way. Okay, so 5 stars for the tandem read itself, but I did go ahead and give Empire of Storms 5 stars because this was super action-packed and there was so much going on, and it was really like setting us up for the stuff that happens in Kingdom of Ash. So this one had all the important stuff and all the main characters, and I loved following along with this one. Tower of Dawn was more about Kael and his love interest and his healing journey, and it was really good, but I'll be honest, I really liked it because of his love interest. It, like, everything just comes full circle, and that is what I love about Sarah J. Maas's writing, is she's just a full circle writer, and she just did a really good job tying this into the entire series. So I gave this one 4 stars, mostly because the chapters are really long and they're so hard to get through. But when I was doing the tandem read, it made it so much easier to get through this book because I knew that once I read these chapters, I could get back to this one. It was still really good. I love Sarah J. Maas's writing in general. So like, if I were to reread the series, I probably would skip Tower of Dawn, but I would never recommend skipping it for the first time. Like, this is crucial and important for the first time you read the series. I just would probably skip it my second time around. But 5 stars, 4 stars. After the tandem read, I decided to take a little break because 1,349 pages is a lot to read, okay? And I'm actually very new to reading. I didn't start reading until last like November-ish. So I haven't even been reading for a full year, and I've already read all of ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, and I'm a slow reader. So that many pages was a lot. The tandem read like made my brain complete mush. I don't regret it, but it did make my brain complete mush. So I decided to take a little break in between the tandem read and reading Kingdom of Ash. So I ended up reading The Woman in Cabin 10. This one I gave a lower rate. I don't know if it's because I went from reading my favorite author and everything to like this, like fantasy to this. So I'm not sure, but I spent a majority of the book thinking about how annoying the main character was, and I have not felt that way about a main character yet. She was just super anxious the entire book, and like, this is a small spoiler, but it won't impact your read. She's on antidepressants, and she also like drinks like I'm pretty sure she's like an alcoholic, and so she's always drinking and she's on antidepressants and she's super paranoid, and she has something that happens that makes her even more paranoid, which kind of valid. But then she spends the rest of the book extremely paranoid, and like while I was reading, it's like it takes place on a cruise ship, and I kept thinking, is what's going on really happening, or is her thought process just crazy? So I don't know. But one more spoiler, and I swear this will be the last one. She wakes up in the middle of the night screaming and like hits her boyfriend in the head with the light or whatever, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, what happened? Who was screaming? And he's like, you were screaming. So she woke up to her own scream but thought somebody else was screaming. And then later on, when she's like in the setting of the cruise ship and stuff like that, she woke up after drinking and taking her antidepressant. She woke up and was like, somebody was screaming. She just thought somebody was screaming, and she thought she heard something else related to that. And I was like, did somebody really scream, or did you wake up to yourself screaming again? So I don't know. I couldn't get on board with the main character. I was like, her thought process is a little paranoid, and the book did have you like thinking everybody you encountered could be like the suspect or whatever. And then at the end, when they finally revealed the suspect, I was like, I should have known that, like putting two and two together. But yeah, so the end was okay. It's just through the book it was hard. I almost DNF'd this, but I decided to finish it out. If I would have rated it halfway through, I'd have been like 2 stars. But I did finish it out, and the end was not that bad, so I did go ahead and rate it 3 stars. So 3 stars to Woman in Cabin of 10. I had high hopes. I have friends who read it and said that it was really good. You might like it. It probably wasn't the best book to read after Throne of Glass. I mean, come on. But yeah, so 3 stars to that. So overall, I read 4 books. 4 books. And they are, I mean, they're pretty thick books. 4 books, but they're thick books. So I mean, can we really count that as like more maybe? But anyway, yeah.
So, pretty good overall reading for August.
Now, we are going to talk about my September hopefuls. Okay, so one of the books that were on my September hopeful was Kingdom of Ash. I finished it. I'll review that at the end of the month when I review the other books. But that book, I'm not gonna say anything. It's just, I'll review it later. So I went ahead and moved on. Now I'm reading Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I'm literally on chapter 3. I have not read too much of it yet, but she's also kind of paranoid. And I'm like, geez girl, like, I'm not very far in it, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. She pulled in the driveway at her dad's house, and this guy like came up to her and asked if she needed help taking the desk off of the top of her car, because she drove from North Carolina to Florida. So he comes up to her and he's got no shoes on, and she just immediately is like, he's here to kill me. I'm like, what? But yeah, so we'll see how this one goes. I don't know. I also really haven't heard about this book either, so we'll see. I mean, I like it so far, but we'll see. So this is on my September hopeful. Then I have The Perfect Marriage on my September hopefuls. I like true crime, so that's why I'm trying to explore the like crime side of books and just like read thrillers and true crime and stuff like that. So I'm just exploring it to see if I like it, because I know that I like listening to true crime and watching true crime and things of that sort, so we'll see. But this one is about a woman whose spouse supposedly is being accused of killing the mistress. Yeah, so I'm intrigued. I'll read that this month. Then I have Love Theoretically. Now, I haven't even read the back of this one. Like, I haven't even read the cover for it, or the back cover of it, but I've heard about it. And since I'm so new to reading, I take all the 5-star readings on like TikTok and Instagram and I buy them because why would I not read what people say are 5-star readings? I mean, come on. But yeah, so I am excited to read this and we'll see how it goes. I have high hopes for this one, higher than the other books that I have mentioned already, so hopefully I will get to this one. I think that I'm actually gonna finish the Love and Time of Serial Killers and then I'm gonna read this one and then maybe Perfect Marriage. We'll see. And my last book on my September hopeful, this one deserves a drum beat. Fourth Wing. Okay, so I know I'm super behind on it, but I did not want to read this in the middle of reading Throne of Glass because I tried reading 2 books at once one time and my brain was like all over the place and I just couldn't do it, and it took me like forever to finish those books. And then I feel guilty when I'm reading one book and I'm thinking about the other book, so I start feeling guilty about it. So I decided not to do that to myself and go ahead and finish Throne of Glass, and then I will start this. I'm just reading a few other I'm reading a few other standalone books so that I can just let my brain rest a little bit before I jump right back into another fantasy, because I already know I'm going to be obsessed with this. And yeah, so this is the last book that I will read in September. I promise I will read this book, even if I have to cut out one of the other books. I am excited, and I will probably do a reading vlog for this one. Like, I'm like 90% sure I'm gonna do a reading vlog for this one. So I'm excited for Fourth Wing, and those are the only books that I put on my September TBR just because I know I'm a little bit slower and I am recovering from Throne of Glass. It has my heart. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you if you stayed all the way until the end. Like I said, this is a new channel, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, or subscribe. I really enjoyed making this video, so I hope you enjoyed watching. And I'm not very good at the ending thing. So yeah, we're just gonna wrap it up. Again, thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!